Welcome to your cash and investment closing package tutorial. First thing you're going to do when you open your tutorial and download it from the website is you're going to go to the signature page and select your agency number. So I'm going to go and select ours. So we're E120, and once I select this, it will auto-populate the 3.01.2 tab. So we'll start with petty cash. If you have petty cash, you'll need to answer all these questions, whether or not you authorized any petty cash or surrendered it during the year. Depending on your answer, you'll be prompted to do additional information. So if I said yes, then I will need to attach a memo describing the reasons for the elimination. You'll need to go through and just answer all the questions, and right here you will need to enter all your petty cash information, what your reconciled balance was. And if you need more space, you can just unhide additional rows by clicking this macro, which doesn't seem to like it, but I don't know that it's a problem at this point because I haven't had any people with too many petty cash. So I'm just going to hit end. When you move to this cash and bank, this is where I really get the majority of the questions from. This is auto-populated from the bank accounts that we at the Comptroller General's office know of, and we get these from a variety of sources. We get from the State Treasurer's office, from General Ledger, and from your office reporting. So if there are files on here that you don't, bank accounts on here that you don't recognize, it may be that the State Treasurer has this bank account on file or has it recorded to your agency. If you see these right here, this is the bank account, and you're just going to need to go through and mark whether or not it's fiduciary or not. And if it's fiduciary, it typically should be recorded in a fund that is fiduciary in nature. But what makes something fiduciary is if you're holding it on behalf of others, it is not, the funds in that bank account are not from government's own source revenue, like an exchange transaction, and the government's controlling the cash, but does not have any administrative authority over that cash. So you can't use that cash for your own items. You can't, it belongs to whomever you're holding it for. So you would just mark if it's fiduciary or not here. If it's recorded in SKIS, you would indicate no or yes. If it's yes, you'll need to put the general ledger number and the fund. And if the account has been closed, you'll just need to mark yes, it's closed, or no, still open. This is where we get most of the questions right here. The balance per SKIS, the reconciled balance, and the bank balance. I'm going to start with the bank balance. The bank balance is the balance on the bank statement or on the statement you get from the Treasurer's office for composite reservoir accounts. So this should tie back to your bank statement. There should not be a hint of light between your bank statement balance and what you report here. Your balance per SKIS is what is in the general ledger. So if you answer yes, that it is in the general ledger, if it's recorded in the general ledger, then you should have a balance in SKIS. And so there should again not be a penny difference between SKIS and what you're reporting here. Your reconciled balance is going to be the difference is going to be what your agency has on the reconciliation, and that should agree to your reconciliation. And if there's any differences between these three, you're going to have to basically attach the reconciliation to when you submit your reporting package. So this tab right here is for bank accounts that we know of, and it will auto-populate. This tab should be very rarely used. In fact, I think last year we only had one agency use it for one bank account. So this should be a very rare occurrence when you use this. And this should be if a bank account has been opened up if there is a bank, you have a bank account that was not on this sheet, and you need to make note of it in your reporting package. So here, you would just enter in all the information here so that we can get this onto our CAFR and into our reporting package. 3.01.3 is the investments tab. Just a handful of agencies use this, and this is for agencies that have investments on their own. So these are not investments through the treasurer's office that the treasurer's office is holding. This is investments that the agency has possession of on their own. And then of course you come to the reviewer's checklist. It will auto-populate here with your agency number, and then you're just going to go through and answer yes or no based off your questions. So we'll just say yes here, and we'll just say yes here, and you can, if you say no, you're going to get where you need an explanation required. And the newest feature on this form is making sure you save your file correctly. So here you can see what we're suggesting you save your file as right there. So we are saying, hey, save your file as E120 3.01 cash investments. And if you save your file like that, you won't have any problem with this file. And when you submit it, of course, it needs to be saved that way as well. In addition, any other files you submit, any supporting documentation, your signature page, all need to be saved in the same format, or they will get rejected. So once you get back to your signature page, the only thing that's different here is you're going to need to put the date it was submitted to the CAFR team, and this would be the date that it was actually emailed into the email inbox and that it was accepted by the CAFR team. So just know that that's just something that's a little different this year. So that's an overview of your cash and investment closing package. As always, if you have a question, you're more than welcome to call me. I'm going to put my information right up here for you so you can see it, how to get in contact with me should you need anything. The package is due generally in the latter part of July. Please make sure you complete that. If you have any questions, that you don't wait to the last minute to ask them, because typically the day that it's due is not a good day to be asking questions about how to file your package. You might not get a complete response. So I hope this was helpful. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call.